So the first player we're going to talk about tonight is Null, the guy who's constantly getting dunked on, but is still really good. 11th on the SoCal PR is nothing to scoff at. It's a really, really strong region, and he's played against a lot of the other players also in that region. For some of these losses, and we're going to see as we go through, Null has a lot of less than desirable losses, but again, like every player, we're going to run through all the results, see the good, the bad, and give us a good perspective on where Null falls in the top 100, or if he'll make the top 100 for the year. And he was one of the late additions to the ballot, so he begins the year playing against Mega Esmith at Fight for SoCal. He's attended like pretty much all of the Fight for SoCal events this year, but unfortunately he hasn't picked up any really big wins at the Fight for SoCal events. And it gives you, being in such a strong region as SoCal, gives you a lot of opportunities to beat the captain face rolls, the squids, the other players in this region around that level. But it also gives you a lot of opportunities to lose against players who are on the come up, because everyone's grinding and everyone's getting so good so fast. Because like when I interviewed Squid, he said there's no reason really to travel when he lives in that area, because he's some of the best competition he'll play against right in his backyard. So there's no reason to travel out to events when he can play some of the best just right there. Big PR. But a loss to a Falco and a Falcon, losing to Hugs again at the next Fight for SoCal. Lost to Hugs, not nearly that bad, even though again Hugs has fallen off a little bit. I've never heard of Dage before. Is it pronounced Dage? And it's like in reference to like day drinking, like the shortening of Dage. Again, if I can't find that much information on him, that leads me to believe a loss I would not want to see on here. And again, no wins of note. Saving Mr. Lombardi, where he dropped a set to 2 Falcos, and again, really didn't pick up anything else of note. He's a Falco player who beat Null. Thank you, Kid Morlock. Yeah, so we got Falco, 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 Falco. We get into the first National Mailer Arcadium, and the first win I have highlighted here, Travioli, for reference, is a Samus Sheik, second best in St. Louis, behind Vista. Vista, the Falcon player, second best. I wonder if he picked up Sheik for the matchup against Vista, just so he doesn't have to play Samus Falcon. Okay, no. We gotta go back to Null. Oh, wow. I feel like this is just gonna make it worse. Oh, win on Army. That's pretty cool. Win on Alex 19, down on Bimbo, up on Beastie Turtle, haven't heard of him. Down on Blue Buddy, like we saw earlier. Down on Crazy Dude. Again, with all these records, like I'm not gonna be like, oh, damn, now he's down 1 on .jpg, so I'm gonna get rid of him completely. I'm not gonna punish his one-off loss to Crazy Dude so much. I'm gonna be like, yeah, he generally loses the face roll, generally beats Casper. Is there anything, even with Gumi, interesting to see. Even with Kami, I do not know who Kami is. Up on Curve, which is good to see. Up on Kodoran, also cool to see. Strong record on like, even with Lucky, this is definitely bumping up my perspective on Null a little bit. Like having, like even on Lucky is really cool to boast. Generally, like, and a couple of wins on West Balls at locals. Actually, that's like if it was like 1-5 or something, 2-4 is like not the worst thing in the world. There's a couple of wins within there that's like, yeah, Null's pretty good. That's also outdated. Yeah, so it's helpful a little bit. Locals are useful for finding predictive trends over a large set of data, not for punishing or rewarding players for a singular set. So yeah, losing to Zach Fair and Blue Buddy at the National Melee Arcadian, getting 17th. We moved down the Fight for SoCal 5, losing to Bimbo. Bimbo's top 50, no problem. Losing to Nick Green on the other end, not a fan of. He plays Fox. Oh, that's Blarg? That's what I thought. I tried looking up Blarg by his name, because I didn't change his tag to Nick Green. Prove that I wasn't being lazy. Can I see Blarg in my recent searches? Yeah, right there. I did do the research. I did try to find if that was Blarg, and I got no idea from that. Cool. So I feel smart that I knew that was Blarg. We continue down to Smash and Splash, where he beat another player on the ballot, Maxi, but Maxi was unfortunately the first player that we talked about that I was like, even though they're on the ballot, I don't think they're going to make it. And then we go down to the Mango, which I think might be his best tournament of the year. Win over HT. We'll take that to a bank. I'm always here to tell a little bit of a happy story. And I believe Smash Daddy was also top 100 as well. I think I have that on the list. Yeah, 89, 86. So that's 2 top 100 wins. not completely vacant of those. Low tier city losing to Morse Code, who is a contender for the top 100, but we're mainly the losses we're highlighting for him are people who are like outside the contention for that. And then Blue's Clues, who is again, great tag. Was I not able to find anything on Blue's Clues? We had Blue Buddy. Can we find Blue's Clues? Let's see his resume for the year. Not seeing, oh, here we go. Wins over Blue, Steve, Joe, Mailbox, and Side Table Drawer. That's pretty good. I don't think that's top 100, really. Like, oh, and losses the Magenta Periwinkle and the Felt Friends. Well, I guess that's doubles. We can get that out of the resume. Oh, and the Snail, too. Yeah, I don't think Blue's Clues makes top 100, so... Or is it Blue's Clues... I can check if Blue's Clues is on the ballot. Nah, not on the ballot. So I think I'm going to have to highlight that as a bad loss for Null, unfortunately. So we continue down to Super Smash Con, a 65th finish. And the bad thing to see is that even though he did pick up this win over Fable, and this is great to see for Fable, just really bad to see for Null, as you can see creeping in down here, that at the run back at Shine a couple weeks later, Fable was able to beat Null. So that's great for Fable, not very great for Null to losing the run back there against him, especially so. And also seeing the trend of like losing the run back against Smash Daddy, and also I think I could probably highlight this, the run back against Smash Daddy. Less for the win itself, but more for losing the run back. Oh, and I completely glossed over the Arsenal's loss. Arsenal's is a Fox from Texas, but let's continue on down to Smash Camp. The winner for Violence, who Cyan greatly told us that is from AZ, old school Samus, I believe. Probably players that are surprisingly going to be ranked near each other, which is a weird statement to be saying at the beginning of the year, to be saying that Hugs and Albert are going to be around the same level. Well, I guess if you told anyone that Albert was going to beat HBox at the beginning of the year, you'd be looked at like a nut. Continue on down the main stage where a player named Nut had a good run, but a player named Null did not have a great run, losing to Shroomed and Mikey. Is a Marth from Washington State, the 10th in there. Less than desirable, even though Washington State has a lot of good players in here. We're going to give that another highlight. And then down to Null's. Okay, I did say that this was Null's best run of the year, but I think this very clearly is Null's best run of the year. Finally kind of broke his streak of iffy Fight for SoCal performances by beating Captain Face Roll, which is almost certain to be a top 20 player this year, so that's a cool result to pick up. Beating Gumi is also good as well, not like highlightable, I'd say, because Zumi's not on the ballot. And I don't think any of these losses to this really great group of Fox players is anything to scoff at. But EGLX, a top 8 finish for Null, which is really good to see. Not any huge wins here, but wins over Mateo, Zuppy, and Mr. 101 himself, Free Palestine. Mateo and Zuppy to refresh your memory, because I totally remember. Falcon Gannon, the 5th in Ontario, and Zuppy is also a Canadian player, a Fox from there. He switched to the box, so Zuppy's in like the Nebby situation right now. Makes sense. I could actually ask you yourself, Noel, how do you feel about the Falco matchup? It seems like there's a lot of Falcos. You got the Squid, Bimbo. How was your head-to-head against Squid? You were 2-4 with Squid, if I remember correctly. You beat Wes often, so? That's really, really weird. Sometimes Melee be weird like that. I will highlight the Panda one, though. The good Fox from Florida. And then the wins here are pretty decent. Crudo, Zio, and Shite? You guys are going to have to remind me again how to pronounce that. Definitely when I do the video covering them, I'll be a little bit better aware. The final discussion. Will Null make the top 100? I think anyone who saw this resume and kind of saw what was going through, I think Null, the man himself, has the answer. I think it's probably a no moving forward. God, it sounds like it's like Null's goddamn funeral or something. But go back up. What do you want to see again? The Blues Clues loss or the Arsenal's loss? Or the Blarg loss or the Zach Fair loss? I don't know. No, I think Zamu might have worse losses than Null. Zamu has the wins to carry this back up, like double eliminating Triff winning event. Like this run of wins is really good. And Null really doesn't have that. Like when I was going through filling out Null's resume, for how much I've heard about him, and sorry if this comes off as rude or anything, but I was waiting, and maybe this is more hopeful than anything. I kept on going through and I was like, I'm waiting for it. Where's the Null, the tournament where he pops off? He's a left in SoCal. He's obviously a talented player. Just where's the tournament where he pops off? And it just never came. And if Null sticks to it, Null's bound to get better. And he's not even that bad at all at this point. He just has a lot of less than desirable losses. And I'm looking forward to not have to dunk on Null next year And I think that about ends our discussion on null.